Recording in progress.
Okay. 65th regular session of the 20th City Council is now called to order. Invocation by Honorable Councilor Kenneth Sakala, followed by the singing of the Lupang Hinirang and the Cagayan de Oro March. Please rise. Murag kumpleto naman siguro tayo ba? Wait. Kisay kulang. Napali ay. Sige lang, let's proceed. Okay, sige. Okay.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Let us make the sign of the cross in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear God, grant us the strength to face challenges with resilience, the wisdom to make sound decisions, and the compassion to understand and support one another. May our deliberations be guided by wisdom, collaboration, and a shared commitment to the well-being of our constituents. Let us proceed with respect, open dialogue, and a collective focus on progress. May our actions be guided by kindness, and may we find harmony in the midst of diversity. Bless us with the courage to pursue positive change and contribute to the well-being of all. In gratitude, we offer this prayer for guidance and unity. Amen.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Tayang magiliw, kaya sa silangalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa gagatang tulog sa simoy at sa langit pang-pangaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iingin, ang ito
be seated. Mr. Secretary, please do the roll call. Actually, we're still waiting. 6 pa, no? No, for the lupang hinirang. Anyway, let's proceed, Mr. Secretary.
Quorum. Honorable Jocelyn B. Rodriguez, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer. For the First District Councilors, Honorable Agapito Heriberto G. Swan, Honorable Roger G. Abaday, Honorable J.R. Pascual, Honorable Amy Rose P. Moreno, Honorable Romeo V. Calizo, Honorable George S. Goking, Honorable Jose Pepe S. Abud Jr., Honorable Malvern A. Esparcia. For the Second District Councilors, Honorable Ivona Yasin B. Imano, Honorable Maria Lourdes Isgaani, Honorable Jelen Mercedes El Balaba, Honorable James K. Judith II, Honorable Ian Mark Yunakaya, Honorable Edgar S. Cabanlas, Honorable Christian Rostico M. Achas, Honorable Josette G. Magtahas Daba. For the ex-officio members, Honorable Yan Lam S. Lim, Liga ng mga Barangay President, and Honorable Kenneth John D. Sakala, City Escape Federation President. There is quorum, Madam Presiding Officer.
Quorum is hereby certified. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Our friends from the media, our guests who are here today, maayong hapon. Those who are watching us, fellow Cagayanons, maayong hapon, kanatong tanan. So, we still have, for the lupang hinirang, they're still coming, right? Yeah, okay, let us proceed. Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer or Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bibot Rodriguez. May hapon sa tanan, sa atong mga membro sa konseho, sa atong mga bisita, our visitors who are with us this afternoon at the gallery, people of Cagayan de Oro who are watching us in the respective social platforms. Madam Chair, may I move to dispense the reading of the minutes of the previous regular session of this Council on January 29, 2024 and consider the furnishing of copies thereof to the members as the reading itself.
Any second? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Announcement, after the session, I think we will have a photo shoot. So we would like to
Floor Leader,
request.
if we, because if everybody's here, can we just have a recess? Then
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would
Murag
depend
wapag-wapa
on,
pataan na nga time.
that would depend on the presence of the rest of the members of the City Council.
Thank you.
So, Madam Chair, on the special report portion, there are 6 members, honorable members of this council, who are intending to render special reports. Number 1 in the list is Councilor Joylene Mercedes L. Balaba, re-complaint of a Muslim nursing student against Xavier University in relation to the wearing of hijab inside the campus. Second is Councilor Malvern E. Sparcia, re the policy in allowing pets at the Rio de Oro Boulevard. Third is Councilor James K. Judith regarding night cafe at the Makasandig section of the Rio de Oro Boulevard. And the other 3, Madam Chair, are the following. Yours truly, I will render a special report. This is important. With regards to the Cagayan de Oro Kubi contract, this is the Cagayan de Oro Bulk Water Incorporated contract with the COWD. PIF would be General Calizo, Councilor Calizo, regarding the demolition in Barangay Patak. And the last but not the least is Councilor Kenneth Sakala regarding the observance of Isra Miraj Muslim holiday on February 8, 2024. So that would be the sequence of the rendering of the special report. May I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor Jerlyn Mercedes L. Balaba be recognized.
Councilor Girly Balaba, you're recognized.
Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, my colleagues, staffs, and guests who are with us today, and to those who are watching us through various social platforms. I'm here today with a heavy heart because my report involves, one, my alma mater, and second, I am also a registered nurse like you, Madam Chair. I am standing here in front of you with the utmost attempt to be as objective and fair as possible because I stand here as an elected public servant, duty-bound to safeguard the rights of each and every one of our constituents, to ensure that everyone is given equal opportunity and everyone is given equal protection of the law. Last Tuesday, I received a parcel from the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, or NCMF, with a copy of complaint letter filed by 2 Muslim nursing students currently enrolled against one of our city's esteemed Catholic universities. It was reported by these students that the university forbids them from wearing the hijab or headscarves in their classes. Despite their pleas, they were not allowed to participate in any class demonstrations if they were to wear their hijabs. Eventually, one of the students was forced, as she was advised, to shift to another course. A scenario that is truly heartbreaking for anyone and for a student at an early age to give up her dream because of this unreasonable and completely unfair school policy. Why unreasonable? Because we have enough laws and legal orders, Madam Chair and dear colleagues, that guarantee the exercise of religious freedom. It is provided for in Section 5, Article 3 of our 1987 Constitution. Furthermore, Republic Act 9710 of the Magna Carta Act, or Magna Carta for Women, renewed its call to all higher educational institutions to extend respect and consideration on the wearing of hijabs. CHED, or the Commission on Higher Education, likewise issued a Memorandum Order number 10249-13 in compliance with an advisory from the Commission on Human Rights that sought to promote and protect human rights, which was prompted by reports of schools refusing to admit female Muslim students wearing headscarves. The Department of Health's Memorandum 2009-0107 specifically states that Muslim female workers shall be allowed to use their veils and wear their prescribed mode of dressing inside the premises of all healthcare institutions. And we also have an existing City Ordinance number 13941-2020, an ordinance promoting diversity and equality through affirmative action and prohibiting discrimination on the basis of their age, racial or ethnic origin, or religious belief or activity. So, Madam Chair and my dear colleagues, I am not the only one duty-bound to protect the rights of our constituents, especially our youths, and in this time, to be more specific, our young female Muslim students, to give them equal opportunity in the field of pursuing their educational attainment and their dreams. We all are. This is the oath we made before the people of our city. This matter involves the school which molded my character and moral values to be a person of others, and a profession which I highly regard and respect to be of service to others. And my faith in humanity as a public official or public servant, that we can all live harmoniously and pursue our happiness despite our differences. With this, Madam Chair, I humbly request for an inquiry regarding this said incident through a joint committee meeting of Committees on Social Services, Education, and Youth to look into this issue alongside the Commission of Board of our Cagayan de Oro Diversity and Equality. But before I go back to my seat, I seek your kind indulgence that I may be allowed to share a video with you today, a video which I hope would touch everyone's hearts and remind us that we can all live in harmony and peace despite our differences.
Let our vision be our guiding light as we journey through our lives. Let our song echo into the night, united in our stride. Look around us, let us realize we're part of the same side. Let's create a future where every voice takes flight. I am strong and different, unique in every way. We're part of the same story, we're part of the same place. Celebrate colors, each and every face. You are a part of me, a journey we embrace. As we build the world where all can thrive, let compassion be our pride. Let us cherish every moment, let us break down all divide. Together we'll venture across the oceans wide. With hope and strength we'll journey through every song and tide. I am strong and different, unique in every way. We're all in the same story, we're all in the same place. Celebrate each and every face. You are a part of me, a journey we embrace. Through the darkest days, you know we'll see it through. With a warm embrace, accepting me and you. You are my brother, my sister, my friend. You are my family, my pillar and
Thank you very much. A beautiful song. Very nice report. Yes, any comment? Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you, Councilor Girly Balaba, for the special report and for sharing with us the video that would pronounce the declaration of policy of the Republic of the Philippines, that there should be no indifference, that everything under governance as well as in place of our society should be fair, equal, and equitable. And the video provides us this necessity that we should address whatever indifferences, whatever unjustly act of not necessarily on legal profound platform, but on creed, on religion, on fairness, and for whatever background a person may have, should be respected. That is why I joined Councilor Gurley in her call, but not necessarily to one school, Madam Presiding Officer. It might be that the university is not involved in this doing. Perhaps teachers who may not be aware of the law, of the land, of the policy of the city government. So therefore, aside from the investigation and inquiry, we should address the entire school system in Cagayan de Oro, calling all administrators, informing them of the laws that may be broken if they will not respect each and every individuality and the background of a person. So that would be an added proposal to the inquiry, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya. Yes, Councilor Attorney Joey Abo, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I also joined the special report of the good councilor, Gurley Balaba. I came from the same educational institution. But should it be true? No, it saddens me as well. But in the interest of fairness, it is better that we, as pointed out by Councilor Nakaya, basin og teachers lang ni siya, wala gilabot ang eskwelahan. No, but should it, kung tinod mong gani ang eskwelahan yun na siya, probably what they're basing is the what we call as the academic freedom. No, but academic freedom of all educational institutions must be balanced with the constitutional right of every person to practice his religious beliefs. And what is stated under Article 3 of the Constitution is always supreme to that, even to the powers of the government. So I support the call of Councilor Balaba, and hopefully things will be clarified as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilor Attorney Joey Abo. Yes, Councilor Roger Baday, then Council Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer, my colleagues in the 20th City Council. With regards to the special report of Councilor Gurley, I hope that the policy does not come from the academic institution, the school. And I heard that only the faculty who restrict the department. Now, I have read one Supreme Court ruling, U.S. and even in our country, in our jurisdiction, that this is with regards to a radiologist too, but in a hospital, one of the prominent hospital in the Philippines. I will not just mention, but this is a Supreme Court ruling. It was required to the radiologist, since he's not a licensed radiologist, he was required to take to secure license. But he refused because he's already long been working as a radiologist in the said hospital. So the case, he was terminated, and then filed illegal termination, and the case reached to Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court ruled that although we have the right, they have a right to for employment, to work for employment for a long period. But once you engage or enter into a profession, the state also has the right to regulate. So although you have the right, but once you are employing, or like in the school, once you enrolled in the school, you are subject to regulation of that institution, the policy. So there's the academic freedom, that is one of the highest hierarchy of rights of every institution and every student and even professors. But there are some certain rights, certain instance that you have also to surrender. So the school policy, I do not know the new CHED policy, kahit nursing man does impose or prohibit the institution to impose that kind of policy. In one experience din sa eskwelahan sa akong nagingikanan one university, there was one Muslim student, a female. He claimed to be or pare sa ilang ang dako nga rangko, and he does not want to cut his hair and his beard. For them, it is against their religion. It reached to court. The kaso, but the court decided that in favor of the school, because the school has also the right to impose policy. Now, in this regard, this should be properly referred to the proper committee so that this can be discussed with, and those concerned will be properly investigated during the committee meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abaday. Yes, Councilor Attorney Edgar Cabanlas, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, and thank you for the report, Councilor Balaba, Gurley. You know, thinking back, I think the university is referred to by Councilor Gurley. We are familiar. Everybody would be familiar. I will not mention the name. But for me, as been there in that institution from high school up to the College of Law, where I graduated and became a lawyer, this is one of the most liberal university in the Philippines. In fact, it is the host of so many negotiations between Muslim and the government. It is also the university where the biggest number of doctors graduated. It is also the university where the biggest number of nurses graduated. Grabe. Lugar, in fact, Madam Chair, members of the City Council, they have a protocol, a dress code, and that in that university, Muslim ladies are not allowed to wear, this uniform with open ang ilang mga buktun. So now makita nimo sila nga close ang ilang mga. So because they have that code, that dress code that was approved and recommended by the university administration. And I think the wearing of the hijab is allowed. So I cannot imagine what is the controversy here. I cannot imagine what would be the that's why it's good that this should be investigated. But I would like to advance some ideas. If it is the covering of the face, and when you enter the classroom and you cover your face, and there is, there is this attendance check, and this how do we call these cards, class cards. For example, bitok. When your face is covered. Tomorrow again. I mean, I think it's not a question of discrimination or about religion. It would be about identity. Because how could I fully recognize you? And so, but I'm not assuming that that would be the basis of this special report. You know, academic freedom, Madam Chair, is a principle that has been respected in so many generations in the past. In the big university in France, the academic freedom is most respected. In fact, the power of the government bows to that academic freedom. Kaya diha, nagikan sa mga eskwelahan ang mga militante, mga scientists nga nakapadako sa kalibutan, nakapa-improve sa nasyon. Ang atong mga presidente, ang atong mga congressmen, ang atong graduate ka na sa mga colleges. So diya, giumol ang mga leader sa atong nasyon. So, sa aking ko, if it is a question, I do not, if it's a covering of the hair, no problem about that. But if it is, I think, if it is covering of the face, so when there is a classroom perhaps, a class card check, pwede man din abrihan and then i-close na po.
Yeah.
Huh?
Bitaw.
I mean, so girly, please check on that. Because hijab wearing in that particular school is allowed. Is allowed. Pero kung imo nang tamunan, imong matari, ipakita. Pwede man na. Pwede. We will respect that. The school will respect that. Pero during tingali sa pag... Oh. So, as I said, Madam Chair, again, I would say that we have to respect academic freedom. Academic freedom does not distinguish about religion. We're not talking about religion. We're not talking about Catholic or no. It's about the freedom that is given by law and by the Constitution to a school institution to grow, for that institution to grow and to develop itself without the interference of the government. So I hope, I always respect, of course, ang atong we have to investigate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. Yes, Councilor Attorney James Judith, Councilor Susette Daba.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Inani lang, balikon ako, ugot akong pagsuporta sa panawagan ni Consul Girly Balaba sa iya baling special report. O ang ako lang po, niuyon ko sa gisulti ni Majority Floor Leader, Consul Edgar Cabanlas, nga angayan gyud nga aduna investigasyon paghahimuon kabahin ni ana nga reklamo. Ang ako lang, isip kanhi presidente sa student government sa maong tunghaan. Nasayod ko nga automatic ang presidente sa student government membro sa College Disciplinary Board. Nasayod po si Consul Ayan Mark Nakaya isip magulang nako nga batch.
Ayot Laruha.
Magulang nako nga batch si Consul Ayan Mark Nakaya. Ang presidente sa student government mga pila ka tuig di lang ako magsaba pila gyud. Pero junior ko ni Konsehal Ayan Mark Nakaya, senior siya nako. So, ang presidente sa student government, automatic membro sa College Disciplinary Board. So, isip kanhi presidente sa una sa CSG, Madam Presiding Officer, nakalingkod ko sa College Disciplinary Board ug naka-investigar mi ug nakahatag mig desisyon sa mga inana nga mga kaso. So nga ako lang pangutana kang Consul Girly Balaba kung aduna na ba'y sumbong na dason sa maong College Disciplinary Board para malihok sa College Disciplinary Board. Mo lang ang akong ikahatag nga baligiya kabahin sa ana nga problema. Daghang salamat, Madam Presiding Officer.
You want to reply? Yes, Councilor Girly Balaba.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. In answer to the question of our, I think the Student Council of that said university already is involved in the issue. Yeah, and the president is amenable to the plea of the complainant, but the dean of the said department is very adamant. So I think they are gathering signatures from the students na for the action, no? Wala pa sila. Last Thursday they had a closed door meeting. They had a dialogue with the complainant and the president of the said university. But the dean of the said, the department apparently walked out.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Councilor Suset Daba.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. Maayong hapon sa tanan. This was referred to the Committee on Education, Social Services, and Youth. I would like to suggest, Madam Chair, that if we come up with a particular date for the investigation, we invite CHED, and we also include DepEd, and then the Dean of the College of Nursing, and perhaps the complainant must be there.
Okay.
So that we will be able to successfully investigate the case, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Suset Daba. I'm a nurse and I have been working in the hospital. I've been studying as nursing student. I did not see anything wrong while having my duty and while studying in College of Nursing. So for me, the respect for culture is a priority, respect for beliefs is a priority, and while working in a hospital, I don't see any wrong wearing hijab. So that is my own opinion. Anyway, refer to the committee. 3 committees: education, youth, and women. Okay? So it will be referred to the committees. Majority Floor Leader, can we do the flag
Yes.
ceremony?
So may I make a motion to suspend, for a recess, Madam Chair.
Recess, 5-minute recess.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes recess. Okay. Mag-make up Okay. So, where are the photographers? So, everybody should be out? Kana randire? Okay, sige. Okay. Tangtangon di, kuan ba nag-start na with flag ceremony? Tangtangon, dili. Murag dili na tangtangon ka nag-start man ta, ay recess ya. Pero mag-picture man ta, it has to be on. Kay picturean man. Okay. Mag-drama na kay nakasukot na ba tag-open, it should be dili na makita na ako. Pero mag-music pa yan ta. Music. Please rise.
Siguro, just to mention a few, Madam Presiding Officer, in fairness, siguro sa atong mga responsible pet owners, kana siguro to i-consider, like I said a while ago about sa mga malls. Una, maybe kanang mga leash requirements. Siyempre, dili gyud pwede nga walay hikot ang atong mga pets. Atong waste management, pet owners are responsible for promptly cleaning up after their pets. Basta siguraduhan po nato diya sa Boulevard nga doon natay designated waste disposal stations nga atong i-provide. Vaccination records. And maybe kung dili man nato whole Boulevard nga i-allow ang mga pets, maybe natay some designated areas. Specific areas within the Boulevard will be allocated as pet-friendly zones, allowing pets to roam freely within defined boundaries. Kundi lang kita gusto tanan. And, syempre, sa ato pod sa LGU, siguro ato lang pod palawagon ang atong information o naatay mga clear and concise signages nga mabutang sa Tibok Boulevard. And, para sa uban na mga gahawid o mga pets nga dili responsible, pataka lang, bisag asa lang libang ilang mga pets, then maybe butangan nato og dakong multa. Kay again, in fairness, nay mo ingon nga okay ra nang walay mga iro kay nami trauma kay gilakag ko sa kamolomi og jogging. And remember, nabi ta existing nga ordinance about aning mga laaw to nga mga iro. So kung natay mga laaw nga iro, din asa day ang atong implementation regarding aning mga iro. Then again, ang ako lang prayer is the TWG might reconsider this. Ibalik nato or i-allow nato, butangan lagi nato mga regulations. Like I said, like I mentioned a while ago, Madam Presiding Officer. Kay I know, for example, like sa malls, akong gibalik-balik, nahihikot, naka-diaper, and in fairness, dili gyud pwede. Buyan, I know, naka-special report na si Kuya Roger Abade about this, nakanang gajogging nga gabuyan, dili gyud na i-allow. And nagkadako na ang community sa gahawid og pets diri sa Cagayan de Oro City. Again, my prayer, Madam Presiding Officer, reconsider sa atong TWG na maghatag tag regulations to allow our pets sa Boulevard. Dagan salamat.
Thank you very much. Have you read the guidelines of the allowing pets? Because I do not see any reason in public places where pets are not allowed. Anywhere you go, that is a public place. Anywhere you go, na magyun ng mga pets. But then you have also to review the guidelines. Were you able to review the guidelines? Kamalibang siya, ibutang yun, kuwaon yun.
On the Boulevard, Madam Presiding Officer, wala ko'y nakita. Mura tong last nga post ako nakita nga, gibawal lang yun. Dili pareha sa mga malls.
Reasons for what? For what reason?
Daghan daw, ang post dito, ang word dito kay gapasagad daw ang mga tao nga ginapasagdan lang ang iro nga malibang bisag asa. So that's why daw naka-decide sila nga di na lang ipasulod. Pero naman tayo mga guidelines pareha sa mga malls, like I said, Madam Presiding Officer, na pwede na to i-follow.
So that should have a strict guidelines so to allow our pets to go with the owners para makalakaw-lakaw sila. Because anywhere you go, public places naman yung mga pets, then they have to strictly implement. O allow ang pets, strictly implement. Dili pwede nga wala. Dili pwede. Kaya pets are part of the family. Maogi na siya. Anyway, thank you very much. So the next reporter, Councilor... yes, Councilor Amy Moreno. She's raising her hand.
Madam Chair, maayong hapon to my colleagues and to our guests. Actually, this is in relation to Councilor Esparcia regarding, I remember that there were a lot of pet lovers who were actually unhappy about the decision of not allowing pets. But ironically, pets were not allowed, handled by responsible pet owners who would bring their own trash bag, would have their leash, no? However, ironically, there are, I think, more stray dogs that can be found sa Rio Boulevard, which doesn't actually make sense to a lot of pet owners na sila, responsible pet owners, nga nun na ay mga stray pets. So I hope that this would be tackled as well, Madam
Yeah.
Chair.
Thank you very much, Councilor Aimee. Refer this to the committee on... Yeah, unsa under committee? TWG? Attorney, refer to Attorney Igaoy, and I hope this problem will be addressed, no? Okay, as I've said, our pets are a part of our family. Okay, Councilor, Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
May I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor James Judith be recognized?
Councilor Attorney James Judith, you are recognized.
Sa atong presiding officer, atong alang Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, Majority Floor Leader Council Edgar Cabanlas, akong tinahod ng mga kauban sa konseho, mga bisita, mga Cagayanon, maupay. Bago lang, Madam Presiding Officer, gibungat ni Council Bernie kabahin sa Rio de Oro Boulevard. Inani, ang Rio de Oro Boulevard, isa lang ka segment or section sa kinatibukan nga flood control project sa atong dakbayan nga giayudahan sa JICA kon Japan International Cooperation Agency. Diya kini magsugod sa bukana sa Makalar Bay, dito dahil tadlas paingon sa likod nga bahin sa Makasandig, diya gyud sa may Tibasak nga area. Diya ila ni Majority Floor Leader sa Tibasak ang kaning proyekto. Unya humana ang gitawag nato nga bridge component sa mao bali nga proyekto, ang gitawag nato nga Makasandig Balulang Bridge or Makbal. Dayon naadayon ang kining nahumana siya, natibawas na siya pero wala pa gyud siya gisubhan. Then naapo dayon humana na po dayon ang flood control project, gawas lang sa kining dalan nga pidpid sa mao bali nga flood control project nga dili gakahuman, dili madugtungan, dili matibawas tungod kay aduna pay issue sa right of way diya sa may likod nga bahin sa Bell Church ug dinhi dayon sa may rotunda. Apan, kung imong tanahon sa pagkakaroon, kung mulantaw ka sa mong area, makabisita mo, pagkaanindot sa lugar, kay nahimo siyang lantawanan tungod sa proyekto mismo, sa suba, sa view nga makita nimo kung dili ka manukad sa may Tibasak nga side sa Makasandig, malantawan nimo ang balulang nga part o ang Masterson o ang uptown nga area. Nan karon tungod kay sa pagkapatsada sa lugar, makita nimo nga ang atong katawhan, diya ga jogging, diya ga promenade, diya ga walking, ga exercise, pati pod ang katong gibago lang gibungat ni Council Bernie, ang diya po nila i-walking ang ilang iro. Nan karon dili malalis nga ang atong mga kaigsunan, pipila nini, nakadiskarte po sa ilang panginabuhi nga mag-night cafe sa maong area. Nakabisita ko pila kahigayon sa mao baling area, patsada gyud maayo kaayo ang plastada sa night cafe, makakabig gyud mga bisita, mga turista sa mao baling nga dapit. Apan isa lang ang ako nakita nga problema kay sa maong area, Madam Presiding Officer, problema gyud sa pansayan. Kay okay lang kanamo mga lalaki kay pwede raman may magdagandagan dito sa kalibunan daw magpahipi or pwede pa manaog baka dito sa ubos nga bahin sa suba daw dito mangihi or magpabuhagay. Ang problema gyud kay sa ato yung mga kababayenan kung asa nimo sila ipaadto kay wa may pansayan. So magproblema sila sa pagtubag sa ilang personal nga panginanlan. Ang ako lang inani kay kung dili nato ni sulbaron, Madam Presiding Officer, mamahimo nga hagit sa kining panlawas, individual nga panlawas sa atong katawhan o sa kinaiyahan, labi na mas kinasa baya ang atong katawhan dito magpabuhagay, dito manghi, mababae man o lalaki. So, ang ako lang is ang hangyo sa City Health Office or unsa baka nga buhatan or departamento sa atong City Hall nga makigalayon sa barangay Makasandig para sa pagbutang og pansayan o baka portalet. Temporary raman sa dili magini sa permanente kay kabalo ko masulbad ra mangyapon kadugayan ang og masumpayan matibawas ra mangyapon ang maubali nga dalan pag masulbad na ang right of way issue. So ako lang kung mahimo sa pagkakaroon kinahimo naman gid ni siyang atuanan sa atong katawan o sa atong mga bisita, sa atong mga turista nga mabutangan gyud nato og temporaryo nga pansayan o baka portalet para lang nga masilbihan nato ang mga gikinahanglan sa atong katawan kung mamisita or diha bali mo anha sa maong lugar. At this juncture, Madam Chair, I therefore move that this matter be referred to, I don't know which committee, but I think one comes to mind would be the Committee on Health, chaired by the good Councilor Dr. Malugaani, and I think tourism would also come into the picture. So Joint Committee on Health and Tourism. Tourism on that part would chaired by the good Councilor J. Roa Pascual, and Trade and Commerce as well, chaired by the good Councilor Konsihal George Guking. And the Department of City Hall would be, Konsihal Gaani, you were referring to General Services? The Public Utilities, the committee, or I think the, Konsihal Nakaya, General Services Office, I think would be the General Services Office. Daghang salamat o General Services, right? Public Services, Public Services Office, that Department of City Hall in charge of this specific concern.
Okay.
CPSO, okay. Daghang salamat.
Thank you very much.
Cagayan de Oro.
Councilor James Judice will refer to this committee. No? Tourism, Health. Isa pa to? Trade and Commerce. And also invite Makasandig, because this is part of Makasandig. How Makasandig will be able to contribute also. Okay. DP? Wala pa the turnover, so it's still under DPWH. Okay, DPWH Infra. Who is in charge of the Infra? Yeah. Yeah, pero Committee on Infra, Councilor Attorney Edgar Cabanlas. Yes. Councilor Aimee Moreno, you have the floor.
Madam Chair, mayong hapon usab. I do hope that we do not forget the real purpose of this said project, the flood mitigating project, plus the millions that was used for this project, which is for the flood mitigation and of course to ease the traffic in Cagayan de Oro. And let us just be aware na if na mga ingani nga mga request basin mo abot na siya og 2, 3, 5 ka tuig, same pa rin ang instance nato, that I hope that this will not be this will only be very temporary, so that
You mean the night cafe?
whatever plans is intended for these programs, Madam Chair, I hope that we are able to use it as it should, Madam Chair.
Meaning it's a street.
Yes, Madam Chair.
So for now is used as night cafe, right? Okay, wala pa man na siya na sumpay-sumpay. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Any more comment? So let us proceed. Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
I'll be the next Madam Chair.
Okay, you have the floor.
Okay, kining atong nim ni sayon. Problema kita karon sa tubig. I think there will be a possibility nga dili na ta masuplayan og tubig. Kay ang utang sa atong COWD sa Kubi, Cagayan de Oro Bulk Water and Inc. Maabot na sa 400 million, and there is now a demand for the payment. And if there is no payment, then of course the cutting off of the supply will follow. Now, ngano nakabutang man ta ning sitwasyon? Nabutang kita nini nga sitwasyon kay sa 2017 the COWD and could be entered into a contract of supply of bulk water. And in that contract, which I have not read, and I think nobody has read because we will not furnish copies of. I do not know if yes. And in that contract, there is an assurance that if a level of income cannot be reached, of income of Kubi cannot be reached, then it is the duty of COWD to pay. Sumo ka na nga sudunay walay natangtang kuno ka ng risk kay ang profit is assured. Munang niabot na karon sa 400 million. Madam Chair, the people of Cagayan de Oro will suffer. Kung walay kwarta ang COWD para pagbayad, They cannot also borrow money because ang local waterworks administration was a kwarta. And they cannot borrow from the local banks kaya sila they don't have the capacity to borrow. So, ang ato is, we are willing to help. But the problem is, if we have to help, kailangan mga ibalo taong unsa kini atong gitabangan. Wala ka kabalo kung unsay sulod sa kontrata. In 2017, I think there was a special report by one of the city council of Cagayan, I think Roger, or somebody else, I will not mention the name, asking for a copy of that Kubi contract. Yeah. Which until now, wala gyud. So di ta kasabot ani. There was a signing of this contract in Manila, I think 2017. There was a signing of this contract in Manila between Kubi and the COWD. Pero kanang contract supposed to be, it has to undergo a process of review by the city council. Pero wala gyud moagi. And it was only approved there in Manila, sila rin nagpirma-pirma dito. O karon ang resulta muna ni. This is not the situation before. Ang sitwasyon kaniya to sa wala pa kanang Kubi contract. Wala dili inanak ka grabe ang atong problema. So Madam Chair, we have to do something, and the first step would be to get a copy of that contract. So I would like to move for a resolution at the end of this session in other matters requesting the waterworks, Cagayan de Oro Waterworks, CWD, district, to provide the city council a copy of this contract. This was not done before. There was no formal resolution coming from the city council requesting for this contract. I do not know why, but this time, sige lang silang bagut-bagut, asang contract, pero sila maghimo og formal resolution. This time, we'll have that formal resolution requesting for the copy of that contract. So that we will review and read and dissect what's inside the contract. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Attorney Councilor, Attorney Edgar Cabanas. Meaning, wala lugar tag-tubig eventually? Di ta kabayat? So it's going to be as soon as possible. The contract should be as soon as possible. So we will know what's truly going on. So wala gid na brought up before. Nobody requested for that before, the contract? When was that? 2017. Okay, yes, Councilor Roger Abaday.
Nagkasalamat, Madam Presiding Officer. This is in relation to special report of Councilor Majority Floor, Cabanlas. When I was the chairman of Public Committee, there was a hearing called ang pasauna si Engineer Batar pa ang GM sa Caudi, no? So I asked a copy of that contract because they are proposing to construct a kanang water nasa kana sa balon. They are constructing a water kanang magsala sa water treatment facility diya sa So I asked Engineer Batar, anong karon pa man mo mag-construct ka? Dapat appeal naman na sa kontrata siguro pag sa kuan ninyo. Can we have the contract? Until now, is not provided. Nag-retire lang siya. Wala gid siya naka-provide og kontrata. Muna nga, wala takabalo unsay sulod na kontrata. Now, when I was invited sa Caudi, one of their convocation, now, I found out, ipakita nila sa last 2 weeks ago, ipakita nila ang kahimtang sa Caudi. Ang City Water District, kung paugtaw pa niyang nagsakit urag paingon na ni sa stage 4. Imagine, duha demand letter sa Kubi. Pabayaron sila. Kaya ang utang is almost 400 million. Taman na unta karong itong January 31. Di na tao supplyan sa tubig. May gani kay I do not know sa ila kasabutan sa mayor o sa uban pa diya ang mga natong department nga nagpadayon yung mga gani headline din sa newspaper karon nga now imagine na grabe ang pressure sa COVID sa Kubi sa water district. Very strong pressure nga kung may mo ora ganing mo take over mo siguro ni di mo kabayad. Grabe kay pressure. Pero ang pressure sa tubig sa kaudi paingon sa pusit sa consumer very low, wala kay hinay kay tubig kuno supply. So muna nga ambot unsay kasabutan, unsay pasal, unsay sa mayor o sa COVID kay niya dinhi nabutang nga nga usa ka line na bosa tinuod ba ni sa newspaper ba sa nakuha niya nga to expedite the proposal kapitan katong sa COVID ng yang CEO requested the mayor Oy to endorse for the request for a resolution interposing no objection from City Council for Rio Verde intention to distribute water in Cagayan de Oro City. So sila na di na so muna ang problema sa kinahanglan makakita kita na ng gikuan ni majority floor kanang what is the inside in the contract until now wa ta kay balo. Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abaday. Yes, Councilor Attorney James Judith, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya, Councilor Romeo Calizo.
Salamat, Madam Presiding Officer. Inani, kabahin sa katong ingon ni Majority Floor Leader, kinsa batong nakabasa sa kontrata. Full disclosure, pili pa ko konsihal, ako ang nangbugar sa tulo ka mga konsihal sa atong dakbayan. Kanhi na sila, kay nawala naman anhing naman si Konsihal Bonglao. So, ang nagpabilin, si kanhi Konsihal Buboy Daba o si kanhi Konsihal Eric Salcedo. Ako ang nangabugar sa ila ni Adtomi sa Philippine Competition Commission para questionon ang kontrata ni Water District o ni Kobe, ni Metro Pacific nga mo'y ni bunga mo na ng Kobe karon kay nag-merge, nag-usa bali si Water District o si Metropac. Si Metropac 95% sa maubali nga bako nga entity, 5% lang si Water District. So dili malalis, amo na ni bunga si Kobe. Mo nang dili malalis nga dako gyud ang pressure, dako kay leverage si Metropac sa Kobe. Nga ang Kobe mo nang ga-supply og tubig bali sa Water District. So pwede niya magalungan si Water District kay tungod siya man ang naghawid sa Kobe nga ang Kobe mo ay supplier sa tubig sa Water District nga mo ay gasaligan natong tanan. Sa katong gipangayo nga kontrata, na ako'y kontrata, nabasa to na ako, Madam Presiding Officer, Majority Floor Leader, nabasa na akong kontrata, na problema lang mi, kay natanggong mi dito sa kauluhan sa PCC, kay ang gipangayo manggod kay certified true copy, tungod sa politika atong panahon, dili mi tagaan og certified true copy, ang naalang akong gikuptan isip abogado sa tulo ka mga konsehal, ang kopya lang nga dili dawaton sa PCC, kay matod pa sa PCC, pwede naman mi maghimuhimo sa maubali nga kontrata. So natanggong mi hantod na lang nga nasapawan sa laing-laing nga mga kalihukan, nawala ta sa passing. Hantod niabot sa panahon nga gigalungan ta, tuukon ta ni Kobe, kay tungod dili na makabayad sa Water District. Tinuod ang giingon nimo Majority Floor Leader nga naay quota, naay kantidad dito pag dili assured bali but pasabot ana nga provision gipasaligan si Kobe para magpabilin siya nga supplier sa Water District, gipasaligan siya sa amount of income ni Water District kay kung dili tumanon ni Water District base sa mga kontrata putlan ta og tubig, wala nay kutay, wala nay laing bali nga tagaan ng tag 10-day notice rule, maputol na den tubig. Laing pa nga provision nga ako nakita sa mga kontrata, matod pa sa mga provision nga mo amo gi-question karon sa PCC nga si Water District gitangkasan niya iyang kaugalingon sa iyang personalidad isip government entity kay matod pa sa mga kontrata niingon si Water District nga kaning among panagsabot ni Kobe o ni Metropac usa ka commercial contract, taliwala nga ang maong kontrata vested with public interest kay tubig man ga supply, pero kay tungod si Water District nihikaw man sa iyang kaugalingon, iya hilusa ng iyang kaugalingon sa personalidad nga matud pa siya na mismo nagingon nga kami kaniya mong isutlan nga kontrata dili ni may kalabutan, walay kalabutan sa among pagkagobyerno kundi commercial contract lang. So agud automatic mo apply ang provision nga kung dili maabot ni Water District ang maong level of income para na ay income guarantee si Kobe, pwede, base sa kontrata, putlanta ni Kobe o kutay sa tubig, tagaan ng tag na pulo kaadlaw nga notisya base sa maong kontrata. So, isuportahan ako, hugot ako nagsuporta sa panawagan sa special report ni Consul Edgar Cabanlas nga magtagaan lamig kopya sa certified true copy, dili lang, kopya lang. Certified true copy sa Water District, sa kontrata ni Water District with Metropac nga mo'y nibunga ni resulta ni Kobe o kanhi kontrata ni Water District ni Alvarez, katong gitawag nato Rio Verde, okay na kay akong dalon dito sa kuluhan, padayuno nako ang kaso nga kitay nangabugar sa tulo ka mga konsihal, kanhi Konsehal Eric Salcedo, anhing Konsehal Bonglao, kanhi Konsehal Doc Buboy Daba.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Councilor Romeo Calizo first. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Good afternoon. And also to my colleagues in the 20th Council and our guests. Medyo nabalaka ko kay matud pa sa observation ni Councilor Abaday. COWD is already at stage 4. So, hapit na siya. Dili bitaw mamatay. Ma-incapacitate na yun. No? And still, our people don't know what alternatives the local government of Cagayan de Oro has. I don't know which department of our bureaucracy manages water problem, Madam Chair, apart from COWD, because if we rely only on the concept of COWD, our people might suffer scarcity of water. And so, Madam Chair, I'd like to propose that the appropriate department will show to us what are their alternatives. Some people in some barangays, like in Patag, for example, they resorted to organizing and do a deep well already, Madam Chair. Only in Cagayan de Oro, we have more or less 250 deep wells. In other big cities, they don't have that. The water distribution is well managed. Here, it's not. So, di na gid nato angay hulatan nga ang COWD mutaas pa ang stage sa iyang sakit because our people might suffer, Madam Chair. So again, it is my strong suggestion that the appropriate department of our bureaucracy in aid of legislation should present to us what are their alternatives, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilor Romeo Calizo. Actually, I made this special report that was November 8, 2021 regarding Kobe. So, I had a special report before. Anyway, let us wait for the contract so that everything will be placed in order as soon as possible. Okay, thank you. Yes, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya, you have the floor.
Actually, if you will trace the history of the water system of Cagayan de Oro, Madam Presiding Officer, after it was turned over to a presidential decree from the city government's department, you can see that there is an independent and autonomous authority vested in the Cagayan de Oro Water District. Earlier than 2017, about 10 years or so, it has also contracted a MOU or a special contract with Rio Verde that was partly mentioned by Councilor James Judith. The City Council then, I was also a part of this council, even Councilor Ed Cabanlas, we raised to high heaven why Water District has contracted a private entity without informing the City Council. And that was the time, Madam Presiding Officer, that some personnel of Cagayan de Oro Water District also raised the same issue. The now General Manager, Madam Presiding Officer, was part of the labor force. He was among those who pulled a hammer against the management then. The manager right now, he was one of those who hammered the management until he rose from the ranks and become a GM right now. And then the City Council investigated. I was the chair of the Committee on the Public Utilities. Inquired and investigated and asked for the contract because there was an allegation that there were insertions made by the private party. Some provisions that have not been brought to fore during the discussion as to how things are done and the terms and conditions, Madam Presiding Officer. But unfortunately, election came, we decided to close, but with strong endorsement to all stakeholders and parties that they raise the same issues that were thrashed out during the inquiry of the committee of the City Council before the courts of law. And it did. In fact, I learned that certain provisions of the contracts were corrected. I do not know if it has its own conclusion during court hearings, Madam Presiding Officer. But after a decade, Rio Verde transferred its authority to Metropac. And that signing, according to the reporter, in 2017, was the contract between Metropac that was already that has gained prominence out of the contract entered into by and between COWD and Rio Verde. So it only assumed its authority. But few years after, Madam Presiding Officer, I do not know the sharing and distribution of percentages. Metropac has tendered its authority, giving and granting COBE. I do not know, again, the percentage of the sharing, Madam Presiding Officer, but still, the private and COWD have agreed. Again, the City Council was not informed, were not given this contract, Madam Presiding Officer. Because they say that according to their board, they have their own authority. And their authority is within the context of the presidential decree that was granted unto it and the lowest authority providing, clothing them with all these powers and responsibilities, Madam Presiding Officer. I could even recall a lower representative was part of this board of directors, meaning sila ang nag-proxy sa pag-manage sa Cagayan de Oro Water District just to thresh out the issues and level off as to how they can reach a deal that would increase the capacity of water district. But unfortunately, if the 400 million is true, the indebtedness of the Cagayan de Oro Water District, perhaps LUWA has failed. Perhaps the management or the board of directors of Cagayan de Oro Water District have failed. Perhaps the entire bureaucracy within the organization have failed. Di man sila gusto nga ang City Council mo appeal. In other words, ilaragid ni tanan. Muna ang call from all angles, Madam Presiding Officer, kung unsaon pagresolba kay ang uban quarters nga mga concessionaires, Madam Presiding Officer, katong gibasa ni Councilor Roger Abaday, gusto na mo sulod. Motong akong usa sa proposal during the time nga nag-anhi ang General Manager, allow the concessionaires who are already operating in the sidelines to operate in Cagayan de Oro. Kay kung mahitabo nga in-ani, ma-hold in abeyance ta because of the inability of the management and board of directors to facilitate the capacities increase, na problema gini siya. Muna nga, kung siguro mag-intervene ta, mubuhat ta para sa atong gibuhat sa una, nga we interpose no objection to the operations of other concessionaires who would like to render their services in terms of producing water in areas of Cagayan de Oro. Kaya ang dili sad siguro maayo nga hatagan nato sila 400 million just to simply justify their existence, Madam Presiding Officer. Gone already the days nga trustworthy ang pagdala sa water district. They have failed.
Thank you very much, Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya. This should have been addressed before. Because this is already the unforeseen, should have been foreseen, no, before. Anyway, Councilor Attorney James and Councilor Roger Romeo Calizo.
Salamat, Madam Presiding Officer. For the record, ina nila, para masabtan gyud sa tanan, sa atong katawan, kamo gyud naipit, naapektuhan aning issue bali gyud ni Water District, kabahin bali sa pag-supply ni Kobe sa bulk water. Inani gyud na siya. Sa laktot nga pagkastorya, sa una, si Water District lang ang ga-supply sa atong tubig. Pero kadugayan, dili makaya ni Water District, enter the dragon si Rio Verde. Questionably na daan ang pagsulod ni Rio Verde, ni take over, ni kalit bali si Kobe, nga iyang gikuha bali ang kontrata, gi-assume niya ang kontrata gikan ni Rio Verde. Apan ang among question ani Madam Presiding Officer, kay pagkuha bali ni Kobe sa pag-assume niya isip bulk water supplier sa atong dakbayan, ang nakangiga pagyod kay mismo si Kobe nga kunuhay base sa kontrata nga mo'y mag-supply sa atong tubig dinhi sa dakbayan, walay kahimanan, walay facilities. Ang iya ragyapon gakwaan og tubig nga mag-supply sa ato, si Rio Verde ragyapon. So gidula lang ta ang pangutana karon namo dito sa PCC, Madam Presiding Officer, nganong nisulod pa man si Kobe, si Metropac, nga dili man din niya kaya mag-supply og tubig, nga gigamit ra man din gyapon niya ang facilities ni Rio Verde. Mauna among issue karon dito, Madam Presiding Officer, sa PCC. Kay disadvantageous daan sa gobyerno. Giluto kita sa atong kaugalingon nga mantika. Mao nang hugot gid ko, balikon ako ang pagsuporta sa panawagan ni Konsehal Edgar Cabanlas nga ipakita lang, tagaan mig kopya ang konseho. Sakto po to kang Konsehal Ian Mark Nakaya nga makakuha ta atong certified true copy kay akong tiwason ang akong pagpangabugar didto bali sa kaninga isyo didto sa Philippine Competition Commission.
Okay, thank you very much. We will wait for the contract, okay? So hopefully this problem will be addressed as soon as possible. Okay? Let us proceed, Councilor Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
General Calizo, would like to render his report.
Councilor Romeo Calizo, you have the floor.
Thank you very much again, Madam Chair. My report, Madam Chair, is all about an impending demolition that affects a big number of families in Barangay Patag. And in relation to this, the sheriff of the Regional Trial Court Branch 17 has sent the concerned, including the local government of Cagayan de Oro City, his letter. And I may be allowed to read, anyway, it's a short letter, Madam Chair. Concerned personalities and concerned government officials and agencies. This refers to the writ of demolition dated January 4, 2022, issued in the above entitled case located at Camp Evangelista, Patag, Cagayan de Oro City. Please be informed that the undersigned sheriff will implement and enforce the said writ of demolition on April 1, 2024, starting from 8 o'clock in the morning and concluding at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, as soon thereafter as necessary. So I just like to trace back a little background about this demolition, Madam Chair. In 2007, the petitioners, the claimants of or the residents won the case upon decision of the presiding judge of Regional Trial Court Branch 17. So, of course, the 4th Infantry Division, which is the representative of the military, claiming it to be part of the military reservation, brought the case to the Court of Appeals. And again, there, the residents prevailed. But in January 4 of on November 20 of 2013, when this was brought before the Supreme Court, there was a total reversal and the petitioners lost. So the case favored, the decision favored the military, Madam Chair. And so, good that there were actions taken by, of course, the petitioners themselves. In fact, we have a resolution in September 2022 requesting for the rescheduling of the demolition because everybody was affected then by COVID-19. But now came this letter. And what's happening in Patag, Madam Chair, is that these affected residents are being promised with wrong expectations. Somebody stands to be a leader, collect money from the residents, and present to them certain lawyers that promise them that they will not be evicted whatsoever. But this is a wrong expectation. This is a wrong hope being given to the people of Patag, Madam Chair. No, now, since the barangay officials of Patag, the barangay chairman, the barangay kagawads, and all those who understand the rule of law, now provided them with the correct advice, that soon they cannot wait for this hope to happen. They will really be evicted from their present residences, Madam Chair. And so the only request of these affected families is first a little more extension of the execution of the writ of demolition, because many of the children are still in school, probably until the end of this school year. Second is that according to UDHA, or the Urban Development and Housing Act, the local government has to take appropriate action on the needs of these affected internally displaced people. Because even demolition can create IDPs, Madam Chair. What do we expect from the local government? How do we help them? But anyway, some of them are capable of transferring already. So there's a need for a further profiling so that we can categorize whom to prioritize for the services first. And the third one, which is namagod ko no'y istorya nga, not everybody will be demolished. So there's a sort of an injustice that will take place if this happens. And so, for this to be clarified, Madam Chair, my prayer is to have this referred to the appropriate committee, maybe under the Committee on Housing and Urban Development, Madam Chair. So, pasensya na gid sa atong majority floor leader, medyo bugat-bugat ni, because there are a lot of families being affected with this. And, of course, there, we can invite the appropriate resource persons to explain to them that they should follow the rule of law, and these are the help coming from the local government that they receive once they get evicted, and that there will be no injustice that will happen in the execution of this writ of demolition, Madam Chair. So I know some of them are here, so that indeed they will see and observe that the City Council is working for their favor. Thank you very much, Madam
Thank
Chair.
you very much, Councilor Romeo Calizo. So we have the residents from Patag, Maayong hapon. So there is this prayer for the extension of demolition. Supposedly they wanted it. Yeah. I'll give the floor first to Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabadlas.
Madam Chair, this problem has been with us since time immemorial. Dugay na kayo. If the efforts of the city government has been, if we quantify it, pila nakatunilada ang atong gihimo na ning paningkamot. In fact, there was a special committee that was created by the government to look into this issue. And that committee was composed of several government agencies, national and local. And the recommendation was to request the Office of the President as Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Joint Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines nga mag-segregate og 10 hectares lang out of the total area of the military reservation in Patag para nining mga tao kay daghang kini sila mga kapin kini sila libo. And the city has no capacity to accommodate all of them. We don't have that number of houses available. But sad to note that this was denied by the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Office of the President. So muna, nga naningkamot nga, dunay atong himuon nga mga, sa atong mahimos Cagayan de Oro, what is available will be provided. And kanang atong gihimo nga pag-extend, request for the postponement sa demolition, we did that many times, Madam Chair. In fact, again, this Wednesday, I have already instructed our staff in the Committee on Housing and Urban Poor to include in our agenda this, again, matter talked about by General Calizo, Councilor Calizo. So, we will not stop. Yes, we will not stop. And if worse comes to, when everything will be inevitable to the point of we cannot avoid it anymore, then the city government will provide all assistance in its capacity to these people. Naghimo naman gani kita og kining socio-economic survey sa mga available nga sa mga qualified nga mga kay di mo po na sila tanan nga lugar qualified sa atong socialized housing program. Pero dagan-dagan gyud. Now, naghangyo ang korte, we cannot stop the court. If the court decides, that's beyond us. Otherwise, we will be charged of interference and contempt of court. So, ato lang panigamutan, we will again meet this Wednesday, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanas. Maninguha ang konseho because it had been extended several times, right? So maninguha gyud ang konseho nga ma-extend and ampo lang ta nga mapadayon og extend hangtod sa December, no, year end. So let's hope. Anyway, the Majority Floor Leader is working on it, and we still wish that this be granted to our residents in Patag. So thank you very much. Who is the next speaker, Councilor? Majority Floor Leader. Yeah. Okay, Councilor Kenneth Sakala, you have the floor.
To our Honorable Presiding Officer, the members of this Honorable City Council, and to all those who are present in this August Hall, a pleasant afternoon to all of you. Today, I am speaking to the members of this Honorable City Council to humbly ask that we pass a resolution encouraging the city government of Cagayan de Oro City and its constituents to join the observance of Isra Miraj this coming February 8, 2024. Isra wal Miraj, known as Al-Isra wal Miraj, is a momentous event in Islam commemorating Prophet Muhammad's night journey from Mecca to Jerusalem and his ascension to the heavens. This occasion is a time of reflection, prayer, and spiritual growth, emphasizing the values of humility, compassion, and gratitude. In fact, this important occasion is recognized by our existing laws, more particularly Article 169 of Presidential Decree 1083, which designated it as a Muslim legal holiday. Also, the 1987 Constitution also emphasized the consideration of customs, traditions, beliefs, and interests of national cultural communities in the formulation and implementation of state policies. Cagayan de Oro City, known for its cultural and religious diversity, is home to a significant Muslim population constituting more or less 25% of its residents according to the Philippine Statistics Association. By recognizing Isra wal Miraj, we celebrate the rich heritage of our Muslim brothers and sisters. This declaration is not just a gesture of tolerance, it is a testament to our commitment to diversity, unity, and respect for different religious denominations embraced by the collective populace of the city of Cagayan de Oro. Hence, I strongly urge this Honorable City Council to pass a resolution calling for the city government and our constituents to respect and join the observance of this important occasion this February 8, 2024. To show our solidarity with our Muslim brothers and sisters and to acknowledge the significance of our Muslim community. Through this resolution, we aim to encourage understanding, tolerance, and inclusivity, respecting the cultural and religious diversity that enriches our city. While Isra wal Miraj is not considered by law as a legal holiday in our city, in observance with this religious occasion, our Muslim brothers and sisters in the city are also allowed by law to be excused from reporting to office pursuant to Article 172 of Presidential Decree 1083. And I pray that this resolution will be calendared in the for inclusion item in the view of the proximity of the celebration on February 8, titled A Resolution Encouraging the City Government of Cagayan de Oro and its constituents to join the observance of Isra Miraj this February 8, 2024. And thank you for your attention, and I trust that together we can make the Cagayan de Oro City a model of cultural understanding and inclusivity. Thank you. And
Thank you very much,
Nagasaki.
Councilor Kenneth Sakala. Yes, Majority Floor Leader.
That would be included in our other matters, and we
Other
will also
matters.
include, Madam Chair, a resolution requesting the presiding judge of RTC
Casino.
Judge Casino, for the extension of 6 months. Atong niyaman mga
Yeah.
tao, we will now include that in our agenda.
Okay.
We will not wait for the next week. Karon na lang.
Yeah, karoon na siya so that it will be acted upon. So the resolution will be brought to the judge, as soon as possible.
So we go ahead with our business of the day, Madam Chair.
Okay, let's proceed.
Number 1 to 3. Omnibus motion.
For omnibus approval, items 1 to 3. Item 1, proposed resolution number 2024-612, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Makabalan, the city, its ordinance number 1, series of 2024, covering its annual budget for CY 2024 with an estimated income of 22,092,370 pesos with the Item 2, proposed resolution number 2024-613, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Kauswagan, this city, its ordinance number 1, series of 2024, covering its annual budget for calendar year 2024 with an estimated income of 57,932,092 pesos. Item 3 is proposed resolution number 2024-614, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Mambuaya, the city, its ordinance number 1-2024, series of 2024, covering its annual budget for calendar year 2024 with an estimated income of 8,708,982 pesos, with the information that said ordinances are operative in their entirety.
May I request Councilor Alam Lim be recognized?
Councilor Yan Lam Lim, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, good afternoon. Madam Chair, everything is in order. I move for the approval of Purpose Resolution number 2024-612, Purpose Resolution number 2024-613, Purpose Resolution number 2024-614.
And a second?
Second.
Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item number 4, proposed resolution 2024-615, expressing the 20th City Council's appreciation and commendation to Mr. Benicencio Nonoy Capol Starte for his invaluable contribution in nurturing consciousness and appreciation to the history of Cagayan de Oro City and in the pursuit of realizing the Cagayanon identity. May I request Councilor J. Roa Pascual.
Councilor J. Roa Pascual, you have the floor.
Madam Chair, maayong hapon, fellow councilors. I move to approve proposed resolution number 2024-615.
And a second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Yes. Any comment? Objection? Yes, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya.
I'll whisper to...
Whisper only. Sige.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Patay nam di ko no in taon chinisi kuan, Mr. Estarte. So this will be a posthumous
Okay.
commendation of the City Council.
Okay.
That will be received by the wife or the children. So move to approve second final reading.
Okay,
This
and a
posthumous
Posthumous.
appreciation and commendation.
Appreciation and commendation. Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item number 5, proposed resolution number 2024-616, earnestly requesting the Honorable Acting Presiding Judge Ana Candida Casino of Branch 24, Regional Trial Court of Misamis Oriental, to further hold in abeyance for a period of 2 months the implementation of the writ of demolition in civil case number CV 2012-288-R, entitled Heirs of Felicidad Viluna versus Agripino Aquino et al. For recovery of possession with damages at Banaba Street, Zone 5, Ilaya, Carmen City, in consideration of the education of the children of the affected families. Move for its approval, Madam Chair.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 6, proposed resolution 2024-618, interposing no objection to the proposed commercial storage project of the Crown Stationers Corporation, represented by Mr. Terso Tisena Jr., located Barangay Casuagan, the city, subject to the compliance of existing laws and rules and regulations pertinent thereto. May I request Councilor Jose Pepe Abo be recognized.
Councilor Jose Pepe Abu, you're recognized.
Move for the approval of the said proposed resolution, Madam Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 7, proposed ordinance number 2024-375, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Oy, representing City Government Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Department of Agriculture through the Agricultural Training Institute, represented by its Director Maria Lydia E. Chavez, covering the establishment of Go Urban Gardening, making food available, Gugma, Criminal Garden Program under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. May I request Councilor si Ayan na po, Ayan Mark Nakaya.
Ni Barog na ba siya majority? Anyway, it's okay. Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya, you have the floor.
On behalf of Councilor J. Pascual, I move for his approval.
Okay. And a second.
Second.
Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
So that everybody we can stand.
Yeah. I understand. Thank you.
Move to approve on second final reading.
And a second. Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 8, Madam Chair, proposed ordinance number 2024-376, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Partnership Agreement with the Provincial Government of Misamis Oriental, represented by its Governor, Honorable Peter M. Onabia, and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DNR 10, represented by its Regional Director, Henry A. Adornado, PhD, covering the formulation and implementation of the Foreshore Management and Development Plan to serve as the framework in the development and management of foreshore resources in the province of Misamis Oriental and the city of Cagayan de Oro under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. May I request Councilor Roger Abada be recognized, Madam Chair.
Councilor Roger Abada, you're recognized.
Move for the approval of the proposed ordinance.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Items 9, proposed, for inclusion.
Another inclusion.
May I request, Madam Chair, that items 9 to 14 be included in our agenda.
Okay. There's this motion. Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 9, proposed ordinance number 2024-377, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Ayala Foundation, represented by its attorneys in fact, Seferina Asuncion R. Amores and Rosalie Dima Ano, covering the implementation of the HAPAG Movement Program through the City Social Welfare and Development Office under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. May I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor Gurley Balaba be recognized.
Councilor Gurley Balaba, you're recognized.
Yes, I move for the approval of proposed ordinance number 2024-377.
Second. Point of inquiry, Councilor Evie Mano, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Thank you very much. And to the members of the 20th City Council, to everyone in the chamber, good afternoon. Madam Chair, I would just like to inquire. I do understand that this is certified urgent by our good executive, no, by the mayor. But I would just like to ask, how come that the memorandum of agreement that we are passing now, which is certified urgent, actually, humanaman ang event or the main purpose of the memorandum was already finished. It happened in July 21 to August 31 of 2023, which is there in Appendix J, page 70. Is your MOA, is your memorandum of agreement, and as far as I'm concerned, shouldn't it be that the memorandum of agreement be done before, not after, no, the events would be done? This is just a question, point of inquiry only.
Yeah. Who can answer?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Councilor Evie Mano. Why is this so? Yes, Councilor Attorney Joey Abu.
Thank you again, Madam Presiding Officer. In addition to the said manifestation of the good councilor, I also notice, Madam Presiding Officer, that aside from the fact that this has already happened last year, and which is also a good point that a memorandum of agreement should have been done prior to the commencement of such activity. I also notice in the communication sent by the good mayor that requesting for the approval of the said MOA, stating here that this pertains to the confirmation, ratification of the memorandum of agreement between the city government and Ayala Foundation Incorporated. If we are to confirm or to ratify the said memorandum of agreement, then the entries in the said MOA should have been changed. Secondly, signatures of the parties, the attorney-in-fact of Ayala Foundation Incorporated, Celerina Asuncion R. Amores, and the local chief executive should have been already indicated or placed in the memorandum for us to confirm or ratify. Otherwise, if the MOA is still unsigned by the parties, how can we ratify? And second, in addition, sorry. In addition also, Madam Presiding Officer, should we approve or confirm or ratify this memorandum of agreement, what should be the date? Would it be antedated or would it be approved today? That's the question.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Attorney Joy Abu. Yes, Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
I have to answer this because I was the one representing the mayor. The pictures show that I am the one who received all these kits. Madam Chair, may I request that, may I move that this be referred back to the committee?
Okay, this is Councilor Girly Balaba would like to make a comment. Yes, you have the floor.
Yes, sa Appendix J, page 68, dito nakabutang why the memorandum of agreement was made after the event. Kay the city's assurance that the memorandum of agreement will be signed after the event.
Where?
Nasa
What paragraph?
Page 68.
68, paragraph.
Page 68. I think ang ano lang diha is there was an agreement, but the yung formal na signing of the MOA, no, would be done after na lang sa event. That happens man.
Is it stated? Is it stated?
Yeah.
It is? Where? What paragraph?
Page 68,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
3?
Third paragraph.
After. Yeah. Okay, it's mentioned here. After. Someone mentioned event. Let me see, okay?
There is also
So, ato lang siyang i-defer, girly, for 1 week. Kay, di man kayo
Okay,
pwede.
this the deferment.
The memorandum of agreement will be signed after the event.
Yeah.
It's
Attorney
a little bit
Counselor,
awkward.
Attorney Joy Abu, you have any comment?
Yes, Madam Presiding Officer, if this would be deferred, may I also manifest that the letter of the communication sent by the Honorable City Mayor is for us to confirm or ratify. And should we do that, it is also prayed, Madam Presiding Officer, that parties should have already signed the memorandum of agreement for us only to ratify and confirm.
Okay. Okay. So, okay.
So we will-
Again, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya.
Is this item number 9? Yeah. What is flash is 10 to 13. Okay?
Yes?
Per advice of the chair of the Education Committee, being hired as the spokesperson, Madam Presiding Officer, just this instant.
Okay. What is the advice?
What is misrepresented is the term used on the proposed ordinance 2024-377. We always either authorize or ratify, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay.
In other words, when we ratify, we agree to the actions of the executive. And in so doing, our assessment, Madam Presiding Officer, is whether or not the projects, the program, which has been undertaken already, is valuable and would increase the capacity and improve the lives of our people. So we agree, we confirm, we ratify. If Ayala Foundation Incorporated, as the name precedes its own integrity, why not? Even if it has been already been implemented. To differ, Madam Presiding Officer, is to agreeing that there is something wrong. But to my mind, I have read, although I have just been informed that it's item number 9, according to Councilor Suzette Magtaas-Daba,
Legal counsel, your
Yeah,
legal
no,
counsel.
no. De facto. I am agreeing and going for ratification, Madam Presiding Officer. It would not be good for our partner like Ayala Foundation to know that the City Council is not appreciating their offer to serve the constituency of Cagayan de Oro. So if there is no deferment yet, may I
Not yet.
intercede and ask the membership that we already ratify. We just amend the wordings, Madam Presiding Officer, instead of authorizing to ratify.
Okay, what is the pleasure of the House? Second? There's this motion to ratify. Majority Floor Leader, you have the floor.
Yes, Madam Chair, because if they will be self-serving, if I'll be the one to, because I was the one.
Yeah.
So, So we will ratify.
Yeah.
After
So-
all, this is a good act on the part
Yeah.
of the parties.
So this is, so we have this motion to ratify. Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Any second? Manifestation shorten.
Inani lang, at least pasalamat ko, Madam Presiding Officer, kang Konsehal Ayan Mark Nakaya, kay nalandagan ko sa inani nga punto, kay lahi man, maangkon ko, maski tuod, taod-taod na ko nga private practitioner isip po sa kaabogado, pero lahi man po day, ang proseso or patakaran, isip usa ka mambabalaod. So daghang salamat, Konsehal Ayan Mark Nakaya.
Thank you.
Sa maong kalandagan.
Thank you. You're enlightened. So we can ratify in cases like this,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Okay. So any second? So you should be thankful, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya, for your legal counsel. Councilor Suset Daba. Anyway, any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Okay. Item number 10. Proposed Resolution 2024-619, encouraging the city government of Cagayan de Oro and its constituents to join in the observance of the Isra Miraj on February 8, 2024. May I request Councilor Kenneth Sakala be recognized, Madam Chair.
Councilor Kenneth Sakala, you're recognized.
Move for the approval of proposed resolution number 2024-619.
Any second?
Second.
Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 11, move to approve second final reading.
Second.
Number 11,
Objection.
Oh.
I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 11, proposed resolution number 2024-620, expressing the 20th City Council's condolences for the untimely demise of former punong barangay Leonardo Boy Generale of barangay number 18, the city, and extending deepest sympathy to the bereaved family. All members, Madam Chair?
All members. Okay. Any second?
Check.
Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 12, proposed ordinance number 2024-378, approving the Institutional Development Plan, IDP, for 2024-2029 of the City College of Cagayan de Oro. May I request Councilor Suset Magtaas Daba be recognized, Madam Chair.
Councilor Suset Daba, you're recognized.
Daghang salamat, Madam Chair. I move to approve proposed ordinance number 2024-378.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
This is a resolution. They wanted an ordinance.
Yes, it's only, we already approved this as a resolution, but DepEd wanted
Wanted an
it to be
ordinance.
an ordinance.
Okay.
Ched.
Okay.
Move, humana to, move to approve second final reading. Humana.
Yeah.
Number 12, no. Number 13, proposed resolution number 2024-621, requesting the City of Cagayan de Oro Water District COWD to forthwith furnish the 28th City Council a certified true copy of the contract by and between COWD and Cagayan de Oro City Bulk Water Inc. or CUBI Metro Pacific Water for its reference in aid of legislation. Moved by all members present.
Any second? Objection? Yes?
Dugang.
Kala ko'y dugang, kay ako man mismo naghangyo, majority
Did I let
leader.
you stand up?
Ay, no.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You have the floor now.
I'm asking majority floor leader, nga dili lang ang kontrata ni Water District o ni Metropac, but ang previous contract, usa nag-assume si Metropac. So, ang Cagayan de Oro Water District o Rio Verde. If okay lang, majority floor leader, mo na ko hangyo.
Okay kayo, may problema.
Okay kaayo.
Okay.
Okay, why problema?
Sige. So let's ask for the
Rio Verde also.
and a copy of the Rio Verde contract.
Okay. Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
The last one is the one requested by Councilor General Galizo. Let's do it now. Let's not wait for another week. Number
As soon
14,
as
proposed
possible.
resolution number 2824-622, earnestly requesting the Honorable Presiding Judge Ana Canida N. Casino, Branch 17, RTC of Misamis Oriental, the city, to hold in abeyance for a period of 6 months the execution of the writ of demolition in civil case number 3494 and 5918 located in Barangay Patag, the city, in consideration of the education of the children of the affected families. Subject to styling, move for its approval. Madam Chair.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
There being no other matters to take up, may I request for the adjournment, Madam Chair.
Session adjourned. God bless us all.